Chapter 12 Aspirin System Mendeleev Point. The edge of the Aspira system was filled with floating rock and ruin, because Aspira was no more. Through an astropathic message, Marshal Bohemond, of the Black Templars was called in the system. They came with a few vessels from the Imperial Navy. The message warned of the Ork moon, but this one was missing a part of it, letting the Black Templars see a portion of it inside. Glasser and Claremont ordered to smash their ship against the Xenot's ragged vanguard. The Marshal allowed it, taking satisfaction in the Orks' death. The Marshal hated Orks, and he fought them numerous times, even losing his eye to one Ork shaman. But the shaman would meet its end because while it tried to fry the Marshal alive, he pushed through with his hair in flames and killed it with his bare hands. The sight of the moon filled the Marshal with hatred and contempt. He wanted to be on its surface, slaughtering the Orks that lived there. An order of attack was given. 2 ships would accompany the Marshal, and two more would accompany another. The other ships of the Navy would follow behind them and provide support. The Marshal ordered the ship's shields to be set at maximum charge, and that his battle brothers embark and prepare for void combat. But something was amiss. The Navy ships did not respond back, and they slowed their advance. A bondsman came and told the Marshal the astropad would have a word, and it's important. Now, they didn't really like psychers. Of course, you can imagine they didn't really like their astropaths, but they were necessary evil. After a few quick glances, the psyker was allowed to enter the bridge. The astropath brought important news. The Commodore of the Imperial Navy received orders from Terra that superseded the Marshal's own. The Commodore would take his fleet and meet with the rest of the Navy in the Glaucisian Gulf. These orders came from the High Admiral Lansung's own astropath. The Gastron thought that the humans were playing for time, not knowing who to insult, the Astartes or the High Admiral. The Marshal ordered a message to be sent to the Commodore asking what is happening, or else the Marshal would come personally on board. Their ship would be assaulted by Ork guns and kamikaze bombers, but the shields would endure. When they put a battle cruiser in front of them, the Black Templars' ship blew it off. A vox call was received from the Commodore's ship, but it was the flagship's lieutenant that answered. The Marshal wanted the truth, and he would have it. The lieutenant told the Marshal about the order, and the Marshal said they can follow their order once their battle is won. But everyone has their orders, and the lieutenant closed the communication after telling the Black Templars they will follow their Vermilion order from High Admiral Lansung. This outraged the Marshal. The Gastron tried to invoke old orders and promises, but the vessels of the Navy were hauling off. The Marshal asked how many ships they had left with them. They had only 3. Until the red alarm started, an Ork train came and destroyed one of the ships of the Black Templars, taking with them 41 battle brothers. Apparently, the Orks were using gravitational weapons. The Marshal ordered all chapter vessels and Navy attendants to form behind the battle barge. The Castron did not approve of this. Not at all. But the Marshal was too much of an amazing warrior to let that stop him. The vessel rocked, and it was hit by the moon's gravitational weapon, and it was damaged. The Castron tried to convince the Marshal that he could not win. Not like this. The astropath received many mortis cries for help. And then the astropath started to name each world that cried for help, from Macromunda to Undyne to Eidolica. The Marshal looked at the chaplain who told him to choose. The Marshal made up his mind and ordered his fleet spread apart and be prepared for immaterial translation. He had a destination in mind.